Hello, and today we will be talking in English, so I will be talking English for you. This will be something new for me. My English is not perfect, but I think you will get an idea what I'm talking about. So this is my rifle, my gun that I usually use on my hands. This is something, I mean, the setup of that kind of gun is quite common in Poland, you know. It's common also in Germany or for example in Austria, but it's not so common all around the world because this is a combo gun. So the combo gun, it includes two sets of barrels, and this barrel is in that case is a rifle barrel and a barrel with a shot barrel, yeah. So it's called BBF97 in that case. The Blaser BBF97 and Blaser BBF95 is quite similar. Only difference is cocking system. I will talk about this for a moment. But let's start from this combo gun setup, because this is a very interesting for the lot of people, especially the people outside of Europe, because this type of gun is not so common there. So the combo gun, we call it the Bockbuschenflinte in Germany. I mean, we call it. I'm from Poland, so this is something I will not probably pronounce it well. But Bockbuschenflinte means a bush gun, you know. So it's something that you can use for close ranges, for example, with a shot. With a shot like this one, for example, you can shot for example the birds or some small game like hare, or for example like fox with it with no problem. And then you have a rifle barrel like this one, for example. This is a 9.374R. And this is a 243 Winchester. You can use it, you can choose it from the plenty of calibers in that kind of gun. So then you have in one gun, then you have a two barrel set, you know. And of course there are other combination. For example, you can also choose, because BBF means that you have a shot barrel and rifle barrel, but you can also, the Blaser offers you the double rifle setup, so you have another rifle barrel at the top, you know. And then you can also configure it with a Bergstutzen barrel, so you have two different calibers in the same setup of the rifle calibers, yeah. So, but this one, those are two barrels with this normal shot and the rifle barrel. In this case, this is my big game hunting set, like this one. I use it for driller hunt situation, and I use it also for stalking from red deer rat. So I mean from the September till the February, when the red deer hunting season ends in Poland. And then I use it with a 9.374 and 12 gauge 3-inch length, 3-inch chamber, you know. So this is like then I can use it with a double rifle, because those slugs, you will be surprised how they are precise in those barrels, you know, because this slug sometimes, I mean, this makes that groups on 50 meters, you know, so 50 meters for the slugs like this. So this is a very precise, and it's more than you need for that kind of distance, because in Poland you cannot use the slugs for the game for longer distances than 40 meters, yeah. So when you have a groups like this at 50 meters, then it's more than you want. And in my case, it almost touching the groups with these slugs, almost touching. This is a Rottweil exact, but I have a quite similar effect with the Rottweil Brennecke slug inside. So this is exact slug, and this is very nice. In that in my barrel, this is a very nice groups, and I will show you later the groups from my barrels. And this other set of barrel is a 243 Winchester. So this is a small barrel set for me, and upper barrel is 12 gauge, also 3-inch, yeah. So this is like something that I used for other half of season. So after the red deer hunting is end for me, so the February, so the March and till the end of the August. This is a perfect situation for me to use this rifle for example, for the roebuck hunting, for the wild boar hunting, of course. But then we don't hunt in Poland in this spring and summertime as in a driven hunt scenarios. So the hunts are usually static with the individual stalking, something like this, so the shots might be precise, and then 243 Winchester is good enough for everything that you can take with this in this type of season. But of course, sometimes I use it also for the red deers. It is also a very nice caliber to use it as for the individual hunting, and it's legal in Poland to use it for even for the red deer stack. But for the red deer rat, I prefer to use big calibers, so the shot will be more as ethical as it can be. So yeah, so let's talk about the differences. We have a BBF97. This is one that you see here. So BBF97, it includes cocking system like this, so quite the same as BBF95 Blaser, but it cocks two triggers at the same time. So the barrels it's unloaded. So when I cock it, I can use it as a double rifle. So front trigger will shoot. This is a very nice trigger. I mean, you can feel it. Your shots will be very precise with it. And then you have other shots, which includes the shot from the upper barrel. Yeah. So you can also always choose, if you, for example, have a shot in this top barrel, then you can use it only for a pheasant, for example, or for some small games that you can use it with a shot, and you just slide your finger at the rear trigger and use it like your typical shotgun. To be honest, I check it with the pattern of the shot, and I think that it's ethically to use the shot with those barrels at until 30 meters, you know. So later the spread of the pellets are too big to be precise for shooting. I mean, it's more than you need, because this is a gun that you will use it when you flash the game. It's not when you of course, I shot some birds, for example, when they're flying above me, but this is like, you have to just have it in mind that for the precise shooting, it has to be close range, because the pattern, in my case, this is a moderate choke, so this is like a half one and one. This is a half choke, yeah. So but the pattern is good until 30-35 meters, and then it's spread too much for me. I will not use it for a 40 meters shot. Yeah, so this is like but with a slug, as I mentioned before, with a slug one, the barrel is really precise till 50 meters. The groups are almost touching. Same with those barrel, the groups are very small, so you can use it as a double rifle till 50 meters. Of course, you have to have it in mind that the slug is a monolith lead bullet. So this is like this is not lead, but it is a monolith bullet, and it will be it might be more dangerous than a typical rifle bullet, because it will not expand as a rifle bullet, and it might ricochet to other direction. Yeah, so your shots have to be with a good bullet stop and very safe to use it. Okay. Yeah, but so for me, this is a big game rifle set. This is barrel set. This is a smaller game barrel set. I use it for the half here this barrels, and for the other half this barrels. Yes, so this is like my idea. As you can see, we have this mounting system that Blaser offer you. So this is the same mounting system that is it is on a other Blaser rifle, like a Kipla or the R9 or the R8, for example. So you can use it your montage, your optic montage to your BBF gun from your R8. But in my opinion, this is more than perfect gun than for the Polish condition, because we have, like, in the most of situation we shot only once. Yeah, so during the stocking you have a situation to shoot once. Of course, when you have plenty of wild boars, there might be some double shots, you know, and then on the individual hunting on the bigger distances, like 100 meters or 200 meters, the typical bolt action gun will have some more advantages than this one. But this is a very classic one. Of course, this is a classic one from the idea, but this is a modern gun as we are talking about the construction of it, because as you can see, there's a rubber between the barrels. In a normal BBF gun, I mean classic BBF, you have a steel between the barrels. So it will change the point of impact when the barrels get hot from the another shots. Yeah, so in that classic BBF gun, you will shoot only once and wait till your barrels cool down to its previous temperature. Okay, so because after a shot, the barrels and the material will get bigger, and the spread between barrels will get bigger. Yeah, so in this case, we have a rubber blank here. I will just remove it for you. Oh, this is like this. This is the barrel. This is a blank. Okay, so this is a rubber. This is not the beauty thing, you know. This is something like some people use it like this. There's no problem with them to use it like as a normal hunting situation. I also hunt like this, and then you will have no problem with the blank. But in this case, it looks strange. I mean, from the European standards, it looks strange because we are used to the typical classic BBF gun, and then without the blank, it looks like a strange gun. But this is a matter of the you know, your own look on this gun. I use it with a blank, but of course I have to adjust this because sometimes when you regulate your gun, I will talk about this for the moment, the blank will be involving in your point of impact, because the barrels will get so close that the blank will be squished. So then you have made some adjustment to make a good blank for your barrels. You can order it, I think, from the Blaser, yeah, but you can also just customize it from your previous blank. Yeah, but when you regulate this gun, you have there's a movie on YouTube with this, but you, not mine, but other guy do it. This is 3 screws here, and to use it like with your ammunition to make your slug, for example, or your pattern of the shots close enough to your barrel, rifle barrel. Yeah, you have to adjust it to your shot barrel. Yeah, so to do it, you have 3 barrels, 3 screws here, and you have to regulate it with you have to put some effort to it to regulate it, but this is not very hard to do it, you know, because basically is idea that you shot with in my case I do it like this. I shot with a slug. I check the group with a slug, so I know that my slug, for example, I'll precise at 50 meters, and then I regulate and then I set the scope to the slugs, for example, and for the 50 meters, and then I regulate the rifle to my slugs. But during the regulation, the point of impact with the slugs also will change, because the pressure on the barrels will be something strange, different a little bit, and then you have to check it from time to time, the slug, you know, while you do it. Yeah, and when you set it at the when you in my case the holes from the rifle barrel set and from the shot are very close. It's like this, for example. Yeah, so this is like a double rifle situation. And when you do it, when you regulate it in your to your idea, then when you fix it, it will not change. Okay, it will not change. I check it a lot of times, many times, and this is no problem. It stays the same. This is of course not the steel between. This is not fixed, but this is fixed by the screw, and it's working. It might be some surprise, but it's working, and it will not change. But of course, it's good to check, like every gun, from time to time, if it's not if the point of impact will not change. Yeah. So yeah. So this is like a break action gun. I will show you this. Yeah. So this is as you can see, the top barrel is a shot barrel. Down is a rifle barrel. You use it to break it as a normal shotgun. There's a cocking system, as I showed you before. It cocks 2 triggers. Yeah, the front triggers is responsible for the rifle barrel, the down barrel, and the upper barrel is cocked by is shot by the rear trigger. Yeah, so this is it. And when you look at this system of cocking system, you have a quite similar system in other ideas, like for the Krieghoff or BBF from Krieghoff or BBF from Heim or BBF from Merkel, but I choose this rifle because the price is quite good, you know, but and the precise and the shots are very precise, and I am really into combination gun, and I'm thinking about getting other barrels for this rifle, because I'm thinking about the barrels with the different calibers. So I would, for example, this one 243 and some bigger one. So it might be then nice and precise Bergschuss, and so this is a gun that they used in Germany, for example, for the different type of game at the same hunt. So you can shoot the big game with the big barrel and the small game with a small barrel, and so you have a plenty of combination. That's the combination gun is what it's all about. This all about the combination. So you can choose other barrels, and they are very precise. You know, with a classic Bockbuschen-Flinte BBF, there will be problem many times with the precise shots. For example, because you have to wait really long, for example, on the range, to take another shot, for example, because your barrel has to be cooled down to make your point of impact like a measure. So then you really then you have to wait really long till the barrel cool down, so your point of impact will give you some idea about the real point of impact. Yeah, but in this case, you can shoot many times on a range. For example, you can check the groups and stuff like this, and the point of impact will stay the same, because there's no problem with the this is like a normal rifle barrel. It's not combined with a shot barrel. The heat has not so many meaning for that type of setup. Yeah, so these barrels are I've bought, you know, from the second hand. So you can choose in Germany and in Austria, and also in Poland from the many second-hand option, you know, because this is a gun that is a while on the market, so there's no problem with buying from the second hand. And this one was bought new, you know. And you know, this is a working gun. You know, this is not something like the beauty Bockbuschen-Flinte, like you can see, for example, in some very well-known gunsmith all around from the Verlag, or so from the other nice places. So this is a working gun for me. Of course, Blaser offer it with a nice engraving, you know, but I mean this normal engraving stuff as you can see on the website, or I have a catalog here, you know, for example. Yeah, you can check it. There's plenty of engravings that you can choose from, but in my case, this is you know, this is all standard things, you know, made by the machine, not made by the people. So if you want some really nice, you have to make some custom order from the Blaser or from the engraver. And in my case, I would just invest in a wood, for example, because this is something that really changed the look of the rifle. But this is a machine made gun, you know, really nice tool, but not the piece of art, you know. So this is like something that will work, will please your eyes, but it will not, you know, take your breath out when standing in your hunting, you know, room or something like this, you know. This is a working gun which works very well, which has almost no disadvantages. And I mean, the only disadvantages is and advantages at the same time is this blank, you know, that it's not look so classic on the gun if you look closely, because here we have also this blank here, as you can see. But as you can see, probably you don't know this is a blank also. So you have to really close have a really close look to see that this is a blank. But from the hunting perspective, for the owner perspective, you know that this rubber is between the barrels, and this, for some people, this is a problem. For me, I don't know. I mean, this is quite of a problem, but not a big problem. Not a big problem enough for me. No. So this is my look on this case. And of course, when you regulate those barrels, then you have to have in mind that this blank might, if your barrels are very close, it might involve the point of impact. Especially this is the case when you use very not typical bullets for the caliber. So for example, this is RWS Evo Green, you know. So this is like a very light, because this is 11 grams bullet, and usually typical this is like more than almost 20 grams. You use it in this kind of caliber. So the point of impact between those classic 9.3 bullet and this modern, I mean light not lead 9.3 bullet, the difference between the point of impact is huge. So then I have to put regulate the barrels really close to each other, and then I have to make some changes to this blank, so it will not involve the point of impact, you know. Other stuff, I mean, you have a BBF97 and BBF95. So this one, you know, this cocking system which cocks two triggers, you know, you can use it as a double barrel, also with this precise shot barrel. But during the cold weather, when it's minus 10 degrees, for example, Celsius, or more, there will be problems sometimes with your frozen hands to cock the system, you know, because you don't feel your thumb. And I have that kind of situation a few times, but those are like a really rare situation, and I will not this is not the problem until you are on a driven hunt and you have to really cock fast, and sometimes this is a situation that might be a problem. So this is only the disadvantages, because in BBF95 where you cocked only one trigger, the pressure on this cocking system has less. You have to put the less power to do it, you know. But you cock only one trigger, and then this is a very light to put it, like in a K95 Kiplow, you know, so single shot Blaser. Yeah, so this is a quite similar system. So as you can see, we have this is the rifle, you know. This is as you can see, the shot and the rifle barrel, break action gun, you know, with the extractor here, so without the spring extractor. So there's no problem with using the different cartridges, not only the rim cartridges, but you can use also this system. So the most of the BBF guns, modern BBF guns, they allowed you to use almost all calibers that you imagine to use. So there's no problem. You are not limited to the remade version. You can use whatever you want. So this remade version is something that you want to use when you have this spring extractor. You know, for example, for the double rifle, for example, when you need the fast reloading system, then it might be good for you. But in a most situation, even on the driven hands, you should 1-2 times, you know, and it's good enough. It's better for you to focus on these 2 precise shots than thinking about 4 more, which you probably missed. So there's also the what is interesting in this is scope, the optic bar mounting system. This is a Blaser system. So as you can see here, this is some holes inside the rifle, and this is a very easy to remove your scope, you know, and they are really precise, so you can use it, you know, many times without changing point of impact, you know. So this is like a very nice thing when you, for example, thinking about something really compact for travel or for stuff like this. So this gun is fit in a case for the travel, so it is, you have a small package with you, everything is in a one place. You can have one scope for a driven hand and the other scope for a long range shooting, for example, situation, and it will perform well without the change of impact, you know, with the point of impact. Yeah, so this is a very nice thing, very nice system from Blaser. This is not the original mount from Blaser. This is some other guys who do it, but so you can choose from the different, you know, producers. So this is like I'm just saying that this is a nice gun, and I think this is you should look into that if you consider to that kind of universal gun for your needs. I'm just showing you this because I'm thinking very long about the perfect gun. There is not such a thing as a perfect gun, but this is close enough for my hunting scenarios, you know, and I choose it, you know, I bought it. I have nothing from Blaser, so this is a thing that I want you to know, that this is like my choice, you know, my choice, and I will do it once again, and I will probably explore it more, you know, for other rifle sets, probably, because, you know, there's other guns that involve the same cocking system, same idea, and of course everyone, you know, the competition between the producer is good because they are thinking about thinking about improving the system. So maybe there will be a rifle that has a better, you know, better things to offer, you know, from the system. But I mean, Blaser is close enough, and the price is quite good, you know, to have it, to own it as a rifle for all kind of scenarios. And of course, this is a very precise rifle, so because of the system of the barrel, you can use it as a very precise rifle. It's not like you will, you know, when you look at that on the internet, for example, you can check from other guys who own that kind of situation, that kind. They have like very close groups from the rifle barrel set, and this is same as you can as you can say about the rifle, bolt action rifle precise system. You know, this is touching groups from this system. Of course, you have to have in mind that this barrel is low, you know, is when you look at your line of the scope and the rifle barrel, which is on the down, this is almost 7 centimeters. So you have to have it in mind that when you tilt it, for example, on or right on the left, then the differences will be more. The difference will be. You can see the difference between the not level right your rifle, you know, so on the target. So you have to have in mind for a longer situation that your gun have to be also always in a good situation to make a precise shot. What else? I mean, of course, you have a open iron sights here. You can regulate it here. So you can check it, with a slug, for example. I do it with a slug usually, yeah. So I regulate this gun with a slug, assuming that it has a quite the same point of impact as the pattern of the shots. So for me, I regulate it with the slug, and then I would check it if the pattern of the shot will cover the slug area also, yeah. So in my opinion, you have to do it like this when you regulate the gun, and you can use it like randomly with a slug or with a shot. So as you can see, there's a slug and a shot, and this is a very nice gun to shoot from the slug, and very nice gun to shoot from the shot till 30 meters, 35 meters. Then the spread of the pellets will be too big. Of course, there's you can order the barrel set with a removable choke, here. So then probably you can tighten up a little bit to the smaller with the pattern of the shot, but I have it, I didn't check it, so I don't wanna make some strange information for you, produce some strange information for you. Okay, so you can check it, I mean, there were in the past there was a lot of other calibers that you can use it in this rifle, but the Blaser now limited to some option. So the smallest one is a 222 Hornet, so with a rifle barrel, and yeah, but you can also use it as a small rifle in a top barrel of this 222 Hornet, and the biggest one is 9.374R. So this one, which I show you there, so this is the biggest bullet that you can choose from, which is capable to shoot everything from the small game till the elephant. Of course, many elephant was shot with this caliber, but this is a not perfect one caliber for the dangerous game in Africa, and it's not legal in most of the countries of Africa. So for example, there are some countries, most of the countries in Africa, they have a regulation that you have to use 375 Holland type of bullet, so there are some kind of countries that use the energy system, so it is also the dangerous game energy, this more than 500 joules, I think. This is more than this caliber can offer in most of the bullets. So this is this is a cartridge that is capable of shooting anything on the planet, but it's not legal on every game in every country in Africa, yeah? All different places it will be more than enough, for Poland. It's a little bit overkill for Poland, but for a driven hunt situation, I think the overkill is a very, very nice thing to have it, because the shots for the driven hunts are not always perfect, so this is a situation that you want to have some more power in it. And this is my other favorite caliber, 243 Winchester, which I use for the static shots, for the static situation, and it's also legal for everything from roe deer till red deer stuck in Poland, so there's no problem with using it legally in Poland. So, but you can choose it from the other calibers. So you have 222 Remington, 5.3 50R, 5.6 52R, 243 Winchester, 6.5 55, 6.5 57, 6.5 65R, 270 Winchester, 7x55R, 765R, 308 Winchester, 3006 Springfield, 330R Blaser, 8x57 IRS. Okay, so this is cartridges that you can choose from in so different combination, and you can choose from 2 shot calibers. So this is a 12 gauge and 20 gauge. There was other calibers before, but the Blaser limited the production to this two. And this one is the bigger one. So this is a 3-inch 12 gauge, a 3-inch 20 gauge. Yeah. So this is like something that you can choose from. In my opinion, as you can see here, this is a barrel with a 12 to 20 gauge, and this is the barrel with a 12 gauge above. So the difference is not visually, so you cannot see it immediately, but of course the 20 gauge looks like a more classy, more, you know, delicate and something like this, you know. So I mean, it looks nicer, I think, in the small barrel. And this forend is for a 12 gauge, but you can use it also with 20 gauge. In my case, it worked well, so everything is nice. So you have one gun with when you can use several scopes with a nice mounting system, repeatable mounting system. You can use the different barrel set, you know, for all your needs that you want in that moment of the season that you are hunting in. And this is like also the very precise gun, which produce very small groups, the same as a precise bolt action rifle. And you also have with you the shot barrel that you can use, for example, for the pheasant shot or stuff like this. Of course, it is not as good as a typical shotgun, for example, for the pheasant, but for the occasionally pheasant or duck hunting, it will be good enough, you know. For example, you are on a hunting spree for the red deers, and there's the opportunity to go for a duck hunting. It will do just fine. Or you can just make a barrel set, for example, for the fox, you know. You can have a small barrel for the long range fox shooting, and for the when you calling fox, you have also the shot barrel when you can use, for example, 3 number pellets to ramble the shot for a close encounter with the fox. Yeah. So this is a gun that will give you all opportunities. It will be very good for all hunting scenarios, you know. So for me, this is something that I was searching for many years, and I have it, and I'm very happy with this. I shot many red deer with this, and wild boars with this, and shot many double shot on the wild boars and for red deer. So this is like no problem to use it as a double rifle, of course, but you can also buy it as a typical double barreled rifle. Yeah. So this is up to you. What do you want from your gun? So this is my point of view about this rifle. Once again, sorry about my English, but you know, I probably do it one more time, you know, and I will do some English review for you, and I will do some probably video for you with the shooting from this gun. For now, it's just my, you know, just my thoughts throwing at you with my bad English, you know. So thank you for your attention if you are still there, and see you at the next video.